Hey guys, my name's AniMind, and I'm back at you with another speed paint video. And today is just another talk video. I just also wanted to know, before I start with the video, if you guys prefer videos where I talk in the video and talk about topics like Netflix and YouTube and stuff like that, or do you enjoy videos that have music covers instead of just talking? Because I'm not sure which one would be better, because if I was to try and see which one is better, I would obviously not post the same speed paint. I'd try and make different speed paints, and different speed paints are differently marketable. So I just wanted to know from you guys, and if you want some, not necessarily all of my videos, but some of my videos being just music instead of me talking. So yeah, but anyway, let's continue with the video itself. So today I decided I'd talk a bit more about some TV shows, and by that I mean only one TV show, and that is Rick and Morty. If you haven't heard of Rick and Morty yet, then I suggest you watch it before you watch this video, because it's really a good show. But yeah, so I also warn you, if you're going to watch it, it's rated 16 for violence, and there's also a bit of toxic language and stuff in there. So if you take offense easily, then I don't think it would be the show for you. But anyway, yeah. So I just wanted to talk about how important I'd say this show was to me for progressing through to different shows and stuff like that, and also how much I enjoy the show itself. And yeah, okay. So yeah, Rick and Morty has always been one of those shows that I watch every now and then. It was like Steven Universe. I try to watch every episode possible. I'm not really that indicated on when the next season will come, but I still look forward to seeing new episodes and stuff like that. So Rick and Morty has always been like that for me, and yeah, but then season 3 ended, and then season 4. Then I started watching videos about when season 4 would begin, and I started getting more and more hype for the show and stuff like that. And the thing is, to be honest, if I'm really honest, having this much hype for a show and stuff like that really undercuts the value of the show, because you expect a lot more than what you usually get, especially if you wait on a weekly basis, sometimes on a monthly basis, and especially between seasons on a yearly basis. So yeah, especially now that season 4 is over, I decided this would be a good time to talk about this, because I know that Rick and Morty is really hard to animate, and I really respect that they take the time and make the best possible product, which they definitely do. Like, the animation has went so much up from the first season, and the first season is still comparable with modern cartoons and stuff like that. So it's always been really good, and it's somehow just improving all the time. So yeah, but I'm still kind of irritated, I'd say, by the nature of the hiatuses. I know there's nothing you can really do about it, but I still wish that they could get more funding or something to increase production, because yeah, Rick and Morty is really a great show, and I hope it continues onwards. And I just want to talk about more about the new season, and how the season has changed, and the themes of the show have changed, because the themes have definitely changed in the show in the past seasons, and it's always been like this. With new seasons come new family dynamics and stuff, which I've always found really well written. I wouldn't say I found good, because that just sounds weird, but I've always found it interesting how they change the family dynamic every season, because that is how a family is, how any relationship would go. And yes, I consider being part of a family part of sort of a relationship, because it is like a relationship. You just can't pick who you are in one with, and you can't get out of it. But yeah, and they change all the time. Like the first season, Rick didn't have that much power, but he could go on adventures with Morty, and the first episode started with Rick with almost no power over Morty, but then in the first episode he got power over Morty, which kind of showed that, foreshadowed that the rest of the season, well, show would be almost like a power struggle between Rick and his family, because that is what all the seasons have shown. The first season was just classic Rick and Morty, and there wasn't really much of a struggle until the second season. And there, what happened was Rick, well, not Rick, but oh wait, now I need to think which season was the second season and the first season, because the first season's end was with the house that they teleported entirely to another dimension, and then the second season would be yes, that would be when Rick was captured. Oh yeah, and what happened there is it shows how Rick can be vulnerable. It showed how Rick can be vulnerable, and how how the family would be without Rick at all, with Beth being a wreck and Jerry having actually a better life, which is actually quite sad, and Morty and Summer being miserable. So it really shows how much they need Rick, and I guess it wasn't really an entirely realistic simulation of what the family would be like, if I can call it a simulation even, because obviously they wouldn't be under the control of the Galactic Federation. So it would obviously be a bit happier, I think, because Beth would probably be able to have a job and stuff like that. But still, I think it would be much more similar, especially if it was now post Rick. If Rick they did meet, Rick did come back, and they did know him. Not if Rick never came back. If Rick never came back, I think they'd be a much more normal family. But yeah, and then season 3 shows the end of season 3. Before that, mid season 3 is when Rick is at his most powerful, because Beth clings onto Rick for support and stuff like that, because she doesn't have Jerry, and so it just shows how strong Rick was in those times, and that elevates how sad it was when not sad, but how sad Rick was when Jerry and Beth came back together, because then now everything shifted once again, and Rick became the weakest link. In season 4, at the beginning of season 4, we see Rick at his lowest with the death crystals and stuff like that. Then we go to the next episode, which I believe was oh no, I need to think. I'm sorry. I believe it was either the heist movie, no, not movie, but the heist episode, or the episode where there's time travel with snakes, which both show how Rick still has power, but he's much more not childish, but he has much more of a teenage vibe, where he is sick of the family and stuff like that. Then after the episode about the snakes and the the heist movie, not movie, but the heist movie style episode. It's the story train and the episode where Morty gets a dragon. And the first one is where Morty gets the dragon. I remember this because its hiatus was after that episode, or it ended in that episode. I'm not sure, but yeah, and that just shows how Rick regains power, and then the rest of the episodes is just classic Rick and Morty adventures with story train highlighting that there won't be so much meta stuff. But then with the last episode, they say they just psych us and give us the meta back. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what will be in the next season, and I hope you enjoyed this video too. Please leave a like and comment down below. I hope you please check out my other videos, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.